as used in line 45, size 4 most nearly means. So this is a word choice problem, which means that the way to solve this is to go back to the lines that are mentioned here. We're going to look for this phrase size 4. We're going to try to understand basically what the context of the sentence is. We're going to understand what the purpose of these words are, sort of what they mean, and then we're going to maybe try to choose a word to replace it. Then once we do that, we can usually come down here to A, B, C, or D, and then we can select one of those answer choices that kind of will match what we did above. So if we go to line 45, the sentence says, she, like Tantalus, and this is women, like Tantalus, are placed in a situation where the intellectual blessing she sighs for is within her view, but she is not permitted to attain it. She is conscious of possessing equally strong mental powers, but she is obliged to yield as the weaker creature. So basically what the author is saying here is that women are in this situation where there's this intellectual blessing or access to the expansion of her mind, and she's basically saying it's within her view, but she's not able to get it. So maybe we don't know here what Tantalus is. I don't think we need to know who that is. The relationship of women to this intellectual blessing is that they want this intellectual blessing. They want the expansion of their mind. They want to have their mental faculties opened. So she sighs for here, I think it can be best replaced with maybe the intellectual blessing that she wants or the intellectual blessing that she desires. So we want to choose an answer choice that's going to capture that sense of yearning, that sense of desire, that sense of want. So we go down to 16, and we look at the words here. So A says dismisses, which wouldn't really work because she's not dismissing the intellectual blessing. It's something that she wants. So we get rid of A. B says craves, and this is a good answer choice because craves really does closely match wants, desires, right? It makes sense. It is an intellectual blessing that she would crave for, so let's keep it. C says an intellectual blessing for which she exhales. And I would try to always interpret this in the most literal sense. So she's exhaling for this intellectual blessing. Doesn't really make sense. So for that reason, I say we get rid of C. She's not exhaling or breathing out to try to get this intellectual blessing. It doesn't make sense. D says the intellectual blessing for which she suffers. And this is also not the correct answer because if anything, what basically the author is saying is that women are suffering because of the lack of this intellectual blessing, because of the lack of the thing that they want. They're suffering, not because they have it. So she's not suffering for it, she just craves it. So answer choice B is going to be our correct answer for question 16.